the LA Clippers were not going to be contenders because they traded for James Harden. The LA Clippers were going to be contenders in the Western Conference if Kawhi Leonard stayed healthy. So for me, the Clippers trading for James Harden is not going to make them be contenders in the Western Conference. The reason why they're going to be contenders in the Western Conference is because of Kawhi Leonard being healthy in April, May, and June. That's the only way the Clippers are going to be contenders in the West. James Harden doesn't move the needle and make the Clippers this championship contender. The reason why the Clippers have been viewed as championship contenders over the last few years is because of Kawhi Leonard and Paul George. But Kawhi Leonard and Paul George have struggled to stay healthy, specifically Kawhi Leonard. And I love Kawhi Leonard. Kawhi Leonard, when he's healthy, is a top 5 player in the NBA. When I look at players and their legacy being solidified, I think about LeBron James. I think about Kevin Durant. I think about Steph Curry. And I also include Giannis in that conversation as well. But I always remember to include Kawhi Leonard because Kawhi Leonard, he's a 2-time NBA Finals MVP, 2-time NBA champion, and he's one of the best two-way players that we have, not only currently in the NBA, but all time. Kawhi Leonard is a great player offensively and defensively. But the biggest question that we have about the Clippers is, will Kawhi Leonard be healthy when it matters the most? Last year, when the playoffs started, in the first round, we had the LA Clippers going up against the Phoenix Suns. And I was excited for that matchup because I felt like the Clippers could beat the Suns. If they play at their best and max potential, they can beat the Suns. I love Ty Lue as a head coach. I like Kawhi Leonard, obviously, and they had Russell Westbrook as well on the team. And so I thought to myself, if Kawhi is healthy, they can beat the Suns in this series. And remember, the Clippers, they beat the Suns game 1, and in game 2, the Clippers, they lost to the Suns. That was a game that the Suns had to have. But then game 3 comes, and before the game, we hear about Kawhi Leonard being injured. And I'm like, what happened? What happened? And that's what confused me. That's what confused me. But look, James Harden on the Clippers, is he going to help them from a playmaking standpoint? Absolutely. Absolutely. You look at James Harden and how he's been able to move and distribute the basketball. The way he's distributed the basketball is great. Last year, he had 11 assists for the Philadelphia 76ers. And so we're at that point in James Harden's career where James Harden is not an elite scorer anymore. He's not an elite scorer, but he's an elite playmaker. He's an elite playmaker. But you look at James Harden, his points per game in the last 6 years. In the 2017 season in Houston, he was ranked first in the NBA. This is points per game ranks. He was ranked first in the NBA in the 2017 season. In 2018, he was ranked first in the NBA. In the 2019 season, he was ranked first in the NBA. Then he departs Houston and goes to Brooklyn. In the 2020 season, he was ranked 21st in the NBA in points per game ranks. In 2021, he was ranked 27th. And last year, he was ranked 43rd in the NBA in points per game ranks. Folks, James Harden is no longer the same James Harden that played for the Houston Rockets. Can he still score? Yes, he can still score the basketball. But he can't take over games like he once could when he played for the Houston Rockets. Those days are over with.